So guys, today's video is based on what Windows 11 25H2 is coming with in terms of new features. As I told you in my earlier video, how to get early access to 25H2 Windows 11, in this video I'll explain how to enable the hidden features. But to get the full version of 25H2, you still need to update using the dev channel, same as my previous video, because in that one I explained how to get RP channel updates. And now here, it's the same method just for dev. But I'm using this build just for demonstration. Honestly, I feel it's stable, but at the same time, it's not fully compatible. What I mean by that is, since this video is kinda from the future, yeah, I use Discord and I'm facing this issue. Windows itself is kinda from the future because it hasn't rolled out officially, so your applications don't really recognize the version. They might say something like, oh, this isn't listed in our supported version, so it must be older or incompatible for us. For security and privacy reasons, we're not going to run on it. So yeah, do this at your own risk. Now the first thing you need is ViveTool to enable the hidden features. I've already downloaded and extracted it, but you can download it from the GitHub page for PC. The second step is to copy its folder destination. Once you've got that, open CMD by clicking on the Windows search icon, type CMD, and make sure to run it as administrator. After that, type cd space, and then paste the location of the folder you copied. Once that's done, you need to paste the commands one by one. I'll provide all the commands in the description along with their purpose. But in simple terms, these commands unlock hidden features like desktop live wallpaper, the network speed test button, drag tray improvements, and more. These aren't released yet, Microsoft is still working on them, but I'll cover more details in another video when I get time to test them properly. Anyway, each command will show you a successfully set message, which means the feature has been unlocked. After that, a restart is required. Once you restart, you'll see the live wallpaper feature. Just right-click on the desktop, go to Personalize, and there you'll notice the new option to browse images. And now you can actually select an MP4 video as your wallpaper. This is really cool, and hopefully Microsoft will improve it even more. The next main thing is the Start menu. Things are more compact, and as you can see, it looks cleaner. Another cool feature, if you hover any file into the top corner, you'll see the new Move tray, where you can drag files more easily. I personally like this one a lot. Before, it was kind of annoying to move files because for each one you had to open a separate Explorer window and then drag them around. Also, in my case, you can see here a clock in the notification area. By default, it won't appear, but if you right-click the tray clock, go into Adjust Date and Time, toggle on Show Time, then it'll appear there. So these are the common changes most people will notice. Compact UI and customization. But I know most of you guys are gamers, and you'll probably love this one. Debloating by Microsoft. Yep, click on the Windows search bar, type gpedit, and open it. Let me expand it a little. Now go into Administrative Templates. On the right side, click on Windows Components, and then find App Package Deployment. Now, look for Remove Default Microsoft Store Packages. By default, it might be set to Not Configured. Honestly, I don't remember exactly, but just set it to Enabled, and it'll disable those extra things. All these background apps are so messy, and I personally hate them. They always show up as services in Task Manager. Some drop FPS, and some just add latency on low-end PCs. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. That's pretty much it for now, but my last suggestion is wait for the official rollout. Don't rush ahead because there might be a lot of issues still hiding. For example, as I told you earlier, at first my Discord wasn't loading. I somehow fixed that, but I still can't share any live screen. It just shows a black screen with no sound. Only desktop screen share works, and that's kinda useless since it doesn't capture audio. Anyways, the features themselves are awesome, and hopefully we'll see them officially soon. Till then, it's Syra signing off.